The third step is going to be to add data and then do your first query. I should fix those, but yeah, I can't deal with it. It's called Oregon County. Okay. Oh, that looks so much better. Okay, I'm going to turn all this stuff off because it takes a while to load. Oh, I should do that one too. Lane zone. Okay. All right, so there we go. I'll put that on so I know where I am. All right, so we're going to make the main map data frame active. So I'm going to make sure that this is active. It is. And I'm going to add a new layer called zoning and vegetation. These are not just for Lane County, so I'm going to go into my add button. I may need to connect to the folder if I haven't done that for a while, and mine is on the desktop. Lab 12, I'm going to say there. Okay, and so there are two files to add, one called vegetation, and I think, can I hold my shift or my control, and the other zoning, the control, and say add both of those, and both of those layers are going to get added to my map, and they're kind of big, and they are in an unprojected coordinate system, and this is just giving me a warning, and I'm saying, yeah, just handle it, we're good. So there we go. So this is for the entire state. So let's look at the attribute table for zoning, for vegetation. So when I look at this, I don't have very many records. So this one record covers all of that type of vegetation. So let's take a look here. So I have got a veg name. So these are kind of categories of vegetation, but it's also could be nominal. I've got some codes here, a lot of information available there. I'm going to, see how those are selected? I'm going to unselect them up here. I'm going to open up the zoning, and that has a lot more records. That has 7,819 records of data in the state. Okay, so I want you to kind of look at the data fields and look at the different land use categories in the zoning. So let's go here, land use. I can sort this. Let's just sort, or maybe not. Maybe it's not going to let me sort at all. There we go. Sort descending. So I can see there's a lot of urban, there's rural, residential. I've got natural resources, forestry, agriculture. So I've got lots of categories of land use. I have some descriptions. I've got a ratio data in how many square miles are in here. I've got kind of nominal data by county. I could also divide the land zoning into county categories, but so you're going to take a look at all of these data types, and then you're going to run a query to find out how many records there are in a certain land use type. So to do a query, you're going to go up to the top and select by attribute, and the layer you want to query from is called zoning, and the field you want to query is land use. So you're going to go land use equals, and you want to get some kind of value, and I think in the lab I'm asking you to do forestry, but for the example I'm going to say rural industrial. So I double click, let me do that again. So you're going to go select by attribute, make sure you choose zoning, pick the field that you want to select from. Oh, it just remembered that I had that. Okay, land. You have to double click for the field single click the operator, and then I can either type in a value I want, or I can use get unique values and scroll down. And let's see, what was I? Oh, industrial, rural industrial. So I'm going to double click rural industrial, and then I'm going to choose apply. And what you see is that cyan color shows me all of the parcels or the polygons that meet that criteria. If I open up zoning and look at the attribute table, it tells me that there are 261 records in the state that have that land use, and I can click this and look at just those records. So now I'm looking at only the records that are in industrial or rural industrial. But what's really cool, okay, so I know how many records there are. I can tell you how many square miles of rural industrial they are, because I can click this square mile field right there and right click and do a statistics value. And it tells me that when it adds up all of those fields, there are 179.5 square miles of rural industrial in Oregon. And that there are 261 records. The smallest area, the record with the smallest area is this one. The record with the largest area is that one. And the average area for all agricultural land is this. So I could get so much data here, and I could also sort descending here and find out, oh, the largest one is, oh, it's an airport in Prineville. Why would Prineville have such a big airport? Well, that makes no sense to me. Anyway, so I believe that is the second part, or the third part of the lab, where you're going to do queries and do some statistics on those queries.